Well, hello there. Today I'm going to be taking you on a very interesting yet weirdly calming journey. And I just need you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Today, we're making Ras Malai. Hey, beautiful people, and you are welcome back to the Nikki Olori Cooks YouTube channel.
Let's go.
Okay, quick tip before we go along. If you want to dilute powdered milk into liquid milk, use this ratio. To make 2 cups of liquid milk, dilute half a cup of powdered milk into 2 cups water. Here I used 2 liters of liquid milk, so that's about 8.5 cups of liquid milk. So I did 8.5 cups of water with 2.25 cup of powdered milk diluted in it, and you have your perfect ratio. Okay, so now for the history. Ras Malai is a dessert made out of, they call it either paneer balls or rasgulla or just ras. Basically, it's just a deliciously kneaded cheese that is spongy and it's soaked in a milk bath, a sweetened, thick, creamy milk bath called chena. So it is actually said to have originated from, Bengal, around the West Bengal, but I know that, well, what I know is that it's very popular in West Bengal as well, Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. So this dish is actually something that I took my time to learn. I made some mistakes along the way, but I eventually got it. And trust me when I say this, it's not for the faint of heart. If you want to try it, please, I'll give you a go ahead. But yo, it's honestly not for the faint of heart. But honestly, if you start, it just flows. It's almost musical. It's almost whimsical when you do it because it's very fun to do. So here, I'm just soaking the milk mixture, the milk that has formed into cheese. So something that I did not mention, I'm sure you saw it previously. When you want to add the vinegar, I'd advise you to even just add it straight into the pot instead of bringing it out on a bowl, but you can do that as well. But I'd advise just putting it on the pot as soon as you just turn off the heat. As it's hot, just pour it inside and it will coagulate very quickly. So here I'm just rinsing the cheese with a little bit of water to just get rid of whatever vinegary taste, even though there actually was not, there wasn't any vinegary taste. If you're using lemon, you might have that lemon taste and you might have to rinse it. Okay, please do not forget that the full recipe is in the description box below. I did write some tips up here on the video, but there are a lot more tips down there, and I'd really advise you that if you want to recreate this recipe, please go down. If you read it through and you follow the steps, it's actually going to be very easy. Okay, so a nice trick I learned was that stirring in the milk that had dried on the sides of the pot would thicken the milk you're cooking and make it a lot more creamier, which worked out. It turned out to be true. Then I added in some crushed pistachio nuts, some sugar. You can use mixed nuts, but originally I used these pistachios. And also you remember I added turmeric in the making of the milk. It actually originally it uses saffron strands, but I cannot find saffron strands around where I am, so I just used turmeric instead to give it the same slightly pale yellow color. So here we're just going to be kneading the cheese. I kneaded it for about 10 minutes. Yes, 10 minutes, because we need it to be smooth. You can also add cornflour if you want to, like, it helps to speed in the process, but if you don't want to, you have to knead it till it's really smooth. You would see it because you would see that there are no cracks around it anymore. So here you just take chunks of it and form it into a ball, then press it down into a disc. and clean out the excess, clean out the what do you call it, cracks at the perimeter around it. Because if you do not clean out those, if you do not smoothen out those cracks, they would get bigger in the while you're boiling it in the on the sugar syrup, and could destroy your balls. So here it actually gave me about 24 Ras Malai balls, but as big or as little as it go, it might be more, it might be less. So here, after boiling my sugar and water syrup, I put in one cheese ball because I wanted to see if it will hold its shape. If there were cracks around it, it would break up and scatter, but you see that it held its shape for quite a while. So that's how I knew that it was okay. So I continued to add, and I added all of them in. So we are going to cook this on medium low heat for about 8 minutes. Open it, flip it back, like flip it over, and cook it for additional 8 to 10 minutes. Then when we're done, we'll turn off the heat and cover it and let it sit in that sugar syrup for about 10 to 15 minutes. Please do not skip this part. This part will make or break your Ras Malai. It will make it spongier, it will make it softer and much more delicious. So after all that long process, here we have the Ras Malai. So here I'm just pressing out the excess water. So you just press it out with your spoon very gently or with your hands, and you see that a lot of of that syrup will just come out, because we want it to soak up that milk, because we're going to pour it in. So I just did that for all of them, poured it into my container, got my chena, got my milk. You see here that the consistency is it's really spongy. If you feel it, you'd really be surprised by the consistency. So then I poured in the milk, covered it, and let it sit in my refrigerator for an hour. I'd recommend 4 hours, maybe overnight, because when you come back, you have this very that's me stealing the taste over there. When you come back, you have this very delicious, very, very delicious, very milky dessert that would really, really, really throw you off, because you'd be so shocked that all this was just milk a few hours ago. Okay, so you can see that the consistency is very spongy. The milk is a bit thicker than normal milk, and it's very sweet. Enjoy this cold, and trust me, you'll have a blast. Okay, that's all, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Comment on this video and tell me what you want to see next. In the meantime, have a lovely day. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.